Hello friends, welcome to my channel Manage Your Destiny Astrological Insights by Deepika Tandon. I'm doing a zodiac sign series and today I'm making a video on Aries. Did you know about Aries so well? Let's know now. If you are an Aries ascendant, Aries moon or Aries sun, or if you ever observed your friends and family members with Aries sign, then you will be able to relate with this. In case you don't know what an ascendant sign, moon sign and sun sign is, then I will quickly explain that to you using the mind, body and soul concept. It is basic and amazingly easy to understand. Moon sign is the mind. It's your mental frame, your thought process, how you think. Body is the ascendant or the rising sign that you were born with. Ascendant is the zodiac sign that was rising from the east side of where you were born. So usually we look at the rising sign to judge a person's personality and his reactive patterns. And sun sign denotes your soul. It's where your passion lies. It is the interest that you take in life. So if you are an Aries moon, then your thought process will be like of an Aries. If you are an Aries ascendant, then your actions will be of an Aries. And if your sun sign is Aries, then your passion and interest both will lie in those areas. It's that simple. Okay, so let's begin. The symbol of Aries is ram's horns. They go head to head when they fight. Aries is a cardinal fire sign with a masculine energy. They signify the color red and scarlet. Their lucky gemstones are red coral and amethyst. Their favorable direction is east. Arians are energetic, adventurous and brave as the sign is ruled by Mars, and Mars is a fiery planet. So every zodiac is ruled by a planet in the solar system. Arians are usually aggressive, they're super active and always up for some action. You can wake them up in the middle of the night for any task and they are game. Aries is composed of 3 nakshatras, that is the constellation in the sky, which is Ashwini, Bharani and the first quarter of Kritika. We are not getting into nakshatras today because I think I will be discussing about it in the later videos. So let's keep it for that day. Okay? So getting back to Aries, they love challenges. They just love challenges. The competitive mind is always at work. They are the risk takers. They always strive to be the best and stand first. They are the true Kshatriyas, like warriors who don't need an army or fellow soldiers because they believe they are self-sufficient. They always want to exert their physical energy somewhere or the other. They keep looking for tasks, like what next. They are athletic and most of the times they have tough, youthful bodies. They are found to be in good shape as they always like to keep themselves engaged in physical activities. They are highly reactive and quick at answering. Sometimes they answer back without thinking or realizing that they may hurt the other individual, especially the other individual is as sensitive as a Cancer ascendant or a Cancer moon sign. So these were the basics of Aries. Now if you want to understand them from a 360 degrees perspective, then let's dive deep into the framework of the Aries ascendant horoscope, also known as Lagna Kundali. Their first house and 8th house is ruled by Mars, so their dominance and aggression can sometimes put them into stressful situations. They are undoubtedly strong fighters, and as their 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, they will take calculative risk, and due to their argumentative nature, they may end up into some kind of trouble. They are quick at answering, they're quick at reacting. So if you are an Aries, you should be a little cautious and stay relaxed and composed while dealing with tense situations. Now this also depends upon the position of Mars and the other planets in their charts, as right now I'm only talking about the Aries framework in general. Now there may be a time in their lives where they may go through a sudden transformation, like rising from the ashes kind of situation, as Scorpio rules the 8th house of sudden destruction and transformation. So this can also mean self-destruction and transformation in some cases. It totally depends upon the planetary time period, that is the dasha, and also the positioning of the planet. So this will decide when this change may occur. Now moving forward to their family life, as the planet Venus rules their 2nd and the 7th house, they are family oriented. So they stay attached to their family members. They find a sense of protection, happiness and comfort in them. Family is their priority. They keep interest in knowing their family tree, like who was who and who did what in the past. Okay, so their 7th house is ruled by Libra. So most of the times these people have a charming, balanced and well-behaved spouse. The spouse dutifully follows their directions if Venus is well placed in their charts, and also considering some other planetary placements. So many factors are involved. So Aries enjoys their family life and marital pleasures. They're usually not emotionally romantic. Instead, they're quite mechanical when it comes comes to their love life. Now, Mercury, being the Karaka as well as the lord of their third house of communication, makes them effective conversationalists. They entertain people by their talks and they are exceedingly playful, especially with their younger siblings and their neighbors. They try to dominate and compete by their talks, as Mercury also rules their sixth house of victory. They are undefeatable and have the potential to win arguments because their striking negotiations and defense mechanism are very impressive. So I would say they have a winning attitude and they keep competing internally, and in their minds they think that they are the winners. Coming to the spiritual side of Aries, Jupiter rules the ninth house of religious activities and the 12th house of spirituality and expenses. So this combination can make them charitable and philosophical. They might donate and spend a lot more on visits to holy places on a regular basis or as they find time. Sometimes attaining higher education becomes a challenge for them because they may either face delays while completing their education, or they may have to spend more than required to complete their course. In case you are an Aries and you are wondering you are not inclined towards spirituality, then you can try spending money on these activities like travel to holy places or move abroad to attain your higher education, or do some charity from time to time. These can act like the best remedies for you. Now let's talk about their career. Saturn, being the Karaka as well as the lord of the 10th and the 11th house in an Aries chart, they are benefited from their career. They are workaholics and give their 100% to meet their targets when they really love what they do. They are the taskmasters and can get name, fame, and recognition by the work that they do. It's through their karmas. No doubt they will have to work hard and put in a lot of efforts, a little extra than the others. Sometimes they don't realize where they have to stop. So their work passion can drain them completely. As they have Saturnian influence in their career house and being originally ruled by Mars, they can become excellent doctors, researchers, cops, investigative officers, army personnel, or administrative officer. They can actually opt for all kind of professions that need releasing of energy and doing laborious work. Even an Aries businessman would like to do his work himself than relying on his subordinates. They can find their clients through networking and being in the social circle using their powerful communication skills. So utilizing these skills in their career will give them authority, money, and prestige. Now let's move on to their relationship with their mother and children. Cancer rules their fourth house of mother, so they are very sensitive towards them, and it also depends upon the placement of the moon in their chart. If their moon is afflicted, then there may be quarrels and they may not get along well with the mother, but somewhere deep down they are psychologically connected with them. They just can't stay away from their mothers. Their children are their pride, their soul. They get actively involved with them and train them well in every domain like sports, exams, education, physical and spiritual activities, anything. They want to teach their children to be independent and know how to tackle all odds in life. Alright friends, that was about Aries, and always remember, two Aries cannot behave or think the same way. Their framework and reactive tendencies may be similar, but rest of the things depend completely upon the positions of all the planets in their birth horoscope and the nakshatras they are in. And to know that, you can book your session online with me to discover and understand yourself better. There's a list of services to choose from on my website www.manageyourdestiny.com. I'm based in Mumbai, India, having an international client base. My consultations are available on phone, Skype, Zoom, and WhatsApp video. You can also book me for an inspiring talk for podcasts, lectures, and seminars worldwide on destiny management through astrology to capture your audience at your corporate and social events. In case you don't know about my coaching concept, Destiny Management Through Astrology, then you can watch my previous video on YouTube, Destiny Management Through Astrology, how it can help you. Okay, so I will come up with another video on Taurus next time. I hope you enjoyed my video, so hit the like button and share it. Do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get notifications of my upcoming videos. You can also follow my page Manage Your Destiny on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for my latest post updates. Bye bye for now.